Most people believe money problems are about numbers, but the Japanese understand something deeper. Money problems are problems of the mind. How you spend reflects how you think. How you save reflects how you control yourself. And how you lose money often reveals how little awareness you have in daily life. More than a century ago, Japan created a method that did not try to make people rich. It tried to make people conscious. This method is called Kakebo. Kakebo is not a financial trick. It is not an investment strategy. It is not about earning more. It is about mastering yourself. The word Kakebo means household financial ledger. But behind this simple idea hides a powerful philosophy. You cannot control what you refuse to see. In modern life, money disappears silently. A subscription here, a small purchase there, a swipe of a card without thought. And because the pain is invisible, discipline disappears. The Japanese saw this problem long before credit cards existed. They understood that convenience weakens awareness. And awareness is the foundation of control. Kakebo was designed to slow you down. Instead of apps, automation, or spreadsheets, Kakebo demands something uncomfortable. You must write. When you write, your mind engages. When your mind engages, impulses lose power. At the beginning of each month, Kakebo asks 4 simple questions. How much money do I have? How much do I want to save? How much can I spend? And how can I improve? These questions seem basic, but most people never answer them honestly. They live reactively. They spend first and reflect later. If they reflect at all, Kakebo reverses this order. It creates intention before action. Then comes the core of the method. Every expense is written down and placed into one of 4 categories: needs, culture, leisure, and extras. There is no judgment here, only clarity. Kakebo does not tell you what is good or bad. It simply shows you who you are. And that is where the real power begins. When you see your spending patterns clearly, excuses disappear. You stop blaming the economy. You stop blaming circumstances. You realize that discipline is not about restriction. It is about alignment. One of the most powerful aspects of Kakebo is reflection. At the end of each week, you look back and ask yourself, what was unnecessary? What brought real value? What was driven by emotion rather than need? This is where money becomes a mirror. You begin to see emotional spending, stress spending, boredom spending, and slowly, without force, behavior changes. Because awareness changes behavior naturally. At the end of the month, you review everything. Not to punish yourself, but to understand. The Japanese mindset does not chase perfection. It chases improvement. Small, quiet, consistent improvement. This is why Kakebo works. It does not fight human nature. It works with it. Instead of demanding willpower, it builds consciousness. Instead of relying on motivation, it creates structure. This is discipline in its purest form. The samurai did not train only when battle was near. They trained every day, not because they enjoyed it, but because identity demands consistency. Kakebo applies the same principle to money. You do not manage money when it is abundant. You manage it when no one is watching, when no one is judging, when discipline is tested in silence. In the modern world, people look for complex solutions. But the Japanese remind us that simplicity, when practiced deeply, becomes powerful. Writing down your expenses will not make you rich overnight, but it will make you aware. And awareness is the beginning of freedom. When you control your money, you control your impulses. When you control your impulses, you control your mind. This is why Kakebo is not just a budgeting method. It is mental training. It teaches patience. It teaches restraint. It teaches honesty with oneself. And in a world built to distract you, that is real power. You do not need more income to feel in control. You need more clarity. You do not need financial hacks. You need discipline practiced quietly. The Japanese understood this long ago. And the Kakebo method is proof that true control does not come from technology, speed, or complexity. It comes from attention. If you master your money, you master a part of your mind. And when the mind is calm, disciplined, and aware, life becomes lighter. This is the way of quiet strength. This is control without force. This is the Japanese method that controls your money and your mind.